Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Nets, your one-stop channel for unbiased views and analysis of games, teams, players, and transfer news. So today we are back after the series finale, Australia versus England, and that was an excellent end to that one-day series. A fitting end, a closely contested battle, and now when you look back and you go back a few days and you realize the way Australia threw the series, this could have easily ended a 3-0 contest. But it is what it is. The win does definitely put cover paper over cracks for what how fragile the Australian middle order is. We'll get to that. What it was on the other hand, if you think about it, the bigger thing was Ian Morgan and his captaincy. Um, it was the self belief that England has that they can now win from any situation, which makes this you know world cricket interesting. So when we talk about the series, we did talk about how posting a target of 302 odd would have been daunting for this Australian team, considering the fact that Australia made those in early inroads, got 2 wickets of the first two balls, and then all of a sudden it was a 50-60 run partnership. Then there was another 100 or 114 run partnership with Sam Billings and Bairstow, and then Sam Billings just threw it away with a reverse sweep at a time when they knew that Zampa was the only potential wicket taker. That happened, and Bairstow carried on, and eventually they posted 302. I thought they could have added another 20, 30 odd runs to this, but nonetheless, Australia does have this way of clawing back into any contest. So after that, Warner was again completely out of sorts. He did start off pretty well with a boundary for first ball, but then after that, it was all David Warner that we have seen over this series. It seems like he is waiting for the ball to come in. His head falls down a lot faster, and his dismissal again was in the same way where he wasn't balanced. The ball, his foot not moving up to the ball, and that actually with 55 for four, that was again a game which was exposing the Australian middle order. And this is what I have been talking about with Mitchell Marsh. He usually shows so much promise and then poof, he disappears when he's needed. When you actually want him, his services are gone. You will not see him there. But it was the way I feel that I was the one who was advocating that Carey should be dropped and maybe Wade makes way, and Carey proved me wrong. He was played probably his maiden one-day ton and excellent batting. Started off slow, started off making sure that he doesn't lose his wicket. Maxwell, he bats one way, so kudos to him as well for not giving up, not losing his original game, not changing his game for the situation. He started off well and eventually ended up with seven sixers and I think four boundaries on a track that was doing a little bit for both the seamers as well as the spinners. One of the things that stands out was Pat Cummins and Stark. Both of them may be wicket takers, but one of the things that do happen is both of them are extremely expensive. And someone like Hazelwood has to be a part of that to make sure that there is that the opposition doesn't run away with the game in the first power play. Hazelwood does add that sense, but if Hazelwood could get sneak in a wicket here and there, that would add so much more to this Australian bowling lineup. But again, Pat Cummins and Stark, considering the World Cup is in India on flat tracks, I do not see them making those kind of inroads consistently. They will be taken over. They will get that extra run or so, but considering they have 60 balls in that humid and hot conditions, I think Australia will have to rethink their bowling strategies. I feel Coulter Neal might have to be drafted back in because of again what he brings to the team with the line and length and having that ability to nip the ball a little bit in the middle overs. So he might add some sense of value to that team. I said it in the last video as well as I say it again. Australia badly need a wrist spinner that can back up Zampa. Australia currently has no one on the bench that can actually help you give those wickets or controlled runs in the middle overs. With the flat tracks in India and the boundaries not being as big as they are in Australia, even a mishit from Zampa might end up being a boundary or for a six. So Zampa will have to, Australia will have to think about the middle overs, especially when the ball gets a little bit old and you don't really get much purchase. So before the last power play. England, on the other hand, is going from strength to strength. Captain Morgan has been excellent. He has just been brilliant. His changes have been good. People have stood up when he has made changes. His team has backed him as a captain. Morgan has also made sure that he has kept aggressive fields, wanted wickets all the while. And mind you, this is without probably the biggest weapon that he has, and that is Ben Stokes. So Ben Stokes coming back into the team will add massive amounts of strength to this middle order. They will now have Stokes as well as Vokes, who has just been amazing and super consistent. He has grabbed you wickets, he has scored runs for you. So England with Vokes and Stokes in the middle order will be a huge force to beat in the next World Cup. One of the things that I feel that England will have to eventually think about investing in is a backup for Adil Rashid. Rashid, with his on in the higher 30s, may not be as fit as you would want him to be in a year or 2 years from now. So a backup wrist bowler and maybe a spinner, off spinner. Considering Moeen Ali has pretty much lost it when it comes to his bowling abilities. I do not know why he doesn't back himself to bowl on tracks where at least get 4 or 5 overs out of him. But there's something to do with confidence, I feel. Batting wise, he does contribute a lot more in T20s than he does in one day internationals, but even that may change in the subcontinent where he has proven himself in both one dayers in the past, Test cricket as well as T20s. He will be a part of the IPL, not this one that is in. When I say not this one, I mean this one's not being played in India, but he definitely adds some value there with his batting definitely coming down lower down the order. I feel that Australia has, even with Australia winning the series 2-1, I feel it's England that has actually got. I mean, they came and they tried a few players, and I think they will walk out a lot more confident side. So that was that for the Australia and England one day series. The Australian Tenacity does come back in the last one dayers, as we know. But again, it's if Australia walks back saying that we won the series, that's putting papers over cracks again. So that was that take on Australia. IPL is 2 days away, so that's exciting. The first match, Mumbai and Chennai. Dhoni and Mumbai, that's my team. I feel Dhoni with Santner, Jadeja have a better spinning um, options than Mumbai does. Mumbai does have Anukul Roy and Rahul Chahar, but the depth stands with Chennai. So, and then again, I'm saying this is the first track that is being played on, so it might not turn or it might not assist spinners as much as we might think it would. So I would say it's even Stevens in the first game at least. Eventually, when Mumbai meets Chennai again as the tournament progresses, that is when I feel Chennai might be the favorites. So my take is 60-40 Mumbai for the first game. Mumbai, and again, have been slow starters, so historically that may go against them. So um, yeah, 60-40 Mumbai is what I look at. In the others think news elsewhere. Pakistan and their cricketing committee had an internal meeting with Prime Minister Imran Khan, and that was to lay out their plan and their strategies as to what it looks like for them uh, and how their cricket infrastructure will build like. And from what it seems like, there is a high possibility that Mohammad Yusuf might be a part of the batting team and the batting coaching staff. So Again, that is all hearsay yet. It has not yet been uh, published anywhere. So let's just wait and see what happens in the next few days. But that is all that I have for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon. And if you like this channel, please do like and subscribe to it. If you don't like it, leave it in the comments and we will try to work on it. All right, that's all that I have. Until next time, thank you.